Well, hey, it's great to be back over here. You know, we talk about AV over IP. One of the benefits of that technology, aside from streamlining signal flow and leveraging that existing infrastructure, is sustainability, which leads us into our conversation today with my next guest. That's Christina DeBono from SAVE. Christina, thanks so much for joining us over here on the virtual stage.
And thank you so much for having me.
Well, Christina, I want to ask kind of the first question, right? Who is SAVE, and what is sort of the mission statement and kind of vision for the organization?
Wonderful that you ask. So SAVE, or Sustainability in AV, is the first industry-wide nonprofit 501c3 organization, all volunteer, with the mission to bring stakeholders together in our industry to take concerted action to do our part in achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. You know, let's face it, you know, we're having issues around climate change, environmental degradation, increasing poverty and inequality. These challenges are profound and they're honestly getting worse. And the AV industry is actually part of the problem. I want to share with you a staggering statistic. In 2022 alone, we generated over 62 million metric tons of e-waste globally. Less than 20% of that was officially recycled. That volume increased 21%, and by 2030, when we are to achieve these critical goals, that number is going to increase to 90 million metric tons.
Oh, that's incredible to hear. Those numbers are kind of staggering. You know, one of the questions, look, the show floor just opened. I'm already hearing conversations, people walk by asking about sustainability. I literally see a graphic across the way from us talking about sustainability. How can AV manufacturers and providers and even integrators and end users help contribute to some of those sustainability goals?
That's a great question, and I wanted to first of all share with you what the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals are. These were goals that were unanimously adopted and approved by all 193 member nations represented at the UN. That are 17 goals, including things like ending poverty, combating climate change, reducing inequality, and to build a sustainable world for all people on the planet. Now, our industry has a particular responsibility for Goal 12, which is around sustainable production and manufacturing, which addresses things like repurposing, reuse, recycling, and proper disposal. So while the AV industry is part of the problem, we can be part of the solution, and the initiatives of SAVE really focus on what stakeholders in our industry can do to contribute to Goal 12 in particular.
Well, look, even before SAVE, I know the industry sort of had lacked a unified presence and mission and vision from a sustainability standpoint, but one of the things you guys offer is actual certification. Can you talk to me a little bit more about what SAVE certification looks like?
Thank you. Yeah, so we have what's called SAVE Certified, where we provide an educational program, a workshop, and a planning session to help companies start their journey in aligning their business models with sustainable development. A lot of companies don't know where to start, or they may not have the education. So we feel that's very important, is to provide the education, and then we help companies come up with actual plans. We even have created a whole kit, if you will, so that it makes it easier for a company to do things that are actionable, that they can attain on their own. The good news is this year AVIXA is sponsoring the SAVE certification program here at InfoComm on Friday, June 14th.
Well, that's incredible to hear. Kind of last question here before we kick it off. You know, obviously there's a ton of people here at InfoComm and in several different ways that folks can interact with the SAVE organization here at the show. What are some of those ways?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. So we have lots of activities. This afternoon, Philips is hosting a reception for SAVE, and we're really excited about it. So we invite anyone who wants to learn more about SAVE to attend the reception, because we're going to have a whole delegation of representatives from SAVE. And then we have our SAVE certification program. I wanted to also share with you a couple of other big initiatives that we have. One's called Save a Second Life. Give your AV equipment a second life at the end of its first life through reuse, repurposing, recycling, and proper disposal. We have a partnership with HETMA, the Higher Education Technology Managers Alliance, where equipment can be donated to schools and also to non-government organizations. The other thing is we have a growing Save Ambassador program. We have Save Ambassadors now from 12 different countries in Latin America, Europe, and North America. We were named the sustainability partner for the second year in a row at ISE, where we introduced the Save Ambassador program. So we're also encouraging individuals from different regions to join us if they want to bring our mission and initiatives back to their countries and regions.
Well, Christina, I'll tell you what, it's an important conversation to have. I know a lot of great things happening, not only at the show, but continuing on to hit that 2030 goal. Christina, we appreciate you coming on with us today.
And I want to say one more thing. If you want to learn more about SAVE, go to our website at saveav.org.
Well, thank you very much for that plug, Christina. It was great to have you on the show. Hey, next up, we've got a great conversation with our friends over at Elite Screens. Check it out.